into the next part of the tech stack, user-generated content and loyalty solutions. Reviews.io. They believe word of mouth is great for business, so they build a product that helps businesses like yours monitor and grow their online reputation through the power of review collection and management. So review collection, it doesn't need to be costly or difficult to manage, which is exactly why Reviews.io, they've created the most feature-rich and cost-effective Google licensed review platform. It's the only one on the market of this caliber. So these guys, they make it simple for your customers to essentially review your business all across the web, while at the same time, they give you all the benefits of review collection, including Google stars and seller ratings, improved customer trust, and of course, more traffic to your website and more sales. Right now, I would like to introduce James Guerin. He is the head of partnerships at Reviews.io. James is going to cover how you can create a personalized customer experience with reviews, learn the importance of customization, and how you can use the data collected at the review process to then personalize your customer experience. In turn, increase your sales and your loyalty with these 5 tips that are coming in from James. Welcome.
Hi, what an amazing introduction. I think every introduction you do, Raven, is better than the last. So hopefully I can follow on from that well. I can't thank yourself and Overdose enough for the last 2 days of content. We've really heard from some of the thought leaders in our industry. And as you said, I'm going to be talking about how you can personalize your customer experience, but specifically in the review process, how we can leverage data that's collected. So I'm going to be controlling my slides, but just a bit of background about Reviews.io. So we're a global business. We've got 4 office locations. I'm fortunate to be based out of Sydney here in Australia. And we help brands build customer trust by collecting, managing and publishing reviews and visual user generated content, or UGC, across the buying journey. We're obviously a leader in G2, and we've got 8,000 customers worldwide, and we're very proud of some of the achievements we've been managed to do over the last 12 years that the business has been running. A little bit about me. So if you can't tell already by the thick northern accent, I was born in Leeds, but 5 years ago I moved to Sydney. I'm a very average sports person. I try my hand at as much as possible, always very optimistically. But I've got a great opportunity in my role to work with some amazing brands and agencies like Overdose that are really doing things for positive impact and change. And another part of my role, I get to work with our integration partners and our tech stack to solve problems for our customers. So I'll be doing a few shameless plugs to some of the tech stack that's been speaking over the last couple of days. But enough about me. We've heard from a few definitions about customer experience and personalization. So I'm only really adding on to what we've already heard. But here's a great one that I found. So customer experience is the perceptions, feelings, and memories that have been created by interacting with a brand. And historically, we always talk about how price and product are king. If you get your price, you're gonna compete well. However, our consumers and our shoppers expect a lot more from us now. So this is a little quote from me: if price is king, then customer experience is definitely queen. But why is a customer experience important? A remarkable customer experience is critical to the sustained growth of any business. A positive customer experience promotes loyalty, helps you retain your customers, and encourages brand advocacy. We want to build a community with our customers, and by delivering a good customer experience, we're able to do so. And so what is personalization? I talked a little bit about a few of the amazing brands that we get to work with, and especially in this region, and Citizen Wolf and Zoltan, their founder, is definitely one of those. So I reached out to Zoltan and I said, look, I want a quote on personalization that matters to e-commerce brands. And this is what he came up with. So personalization, aka talking one-to-one, is the holy grail of marketing, but showing the right SKU to anyone should only be the first step. Our true goal should be to give customers exactly what they want, which means customization at the product level, not just the marketing layer. And I think, you know, that's ultra specific to what we've been talking about over the last couple of days. But why is this important? So it's not just James's assumption that these things are important. A recent study by Amasis suggests that 2/3 of the customers remain loyal and frequently purchase from a brand due to the personalization communication we have with them. And that study was taken in 2021. But I suppose the challenge we face in a cookieless world, and I managed to pull this from the report I received this morning from Shopify, and they say that as third-party cookies phase out and advertising conversion rates continue to plummet, 80% of marketers will likely abandon personalization efforts by 2025. And whilst I understand that it's increasingly harder to be a marketer as a brand to market to our customers, I don't think we should be giving up on personalization. I just think how we go through the personalization process and how we collect that data is very different. This is one of my favorite examples of personalization that's not gone great. This model's a braver man than I am, and what you don't want to do is you don't want to go viral from a poor personalization attempt. So this is a fantastic tweet that I seen around a year ago from Pete Burns. So the 5 takeaways are all going to be related to obviously reviews.io. That's the business I work for, so it's what I've got the most knowledge on. But how we build trust with our customers and how we leverage that data and create a more personalized customer experience. So the first takeaway we're going to talk about is segmentation. Now, all good personalization starts with data, but when we're going through the data collection process, when we sent out a review collection, historically, we used to trigger a review collection email from an e-commerce purchase. We'd wait a certain amount of time, and then we'd have our fingers crossed that a happy customer would leave us some positive sentiment. But we understand that asking for time from our customers is always an ask. You know, we're asking them to give their time to provide us with data. So what we want to do is we want to create that customer journey a lot more of an experience. And so we want to segment the data by the behavior that they're showing us in the collection process. There's a good example here on the left, and this is done within our own platform. We've split here the review rating by greater or equal to 3. And what we've done there is we've identified our happy and our dissatisfied customers. And what we've done for our happy customers is we've sent them on a flow to ask them to leave us some more information and request a UGC. And that's really important, that UGC, not all reviews are created equal. You know, UGC is going to have a much bigger impact than a text review. But we don't want to ask them for war and peace straight from the get-go. We want to nurture them into providing that content. However, on the other hand, our dissatisfied customers, we want to send them on a different customer journey. We might want to push them through into Klaviyo on a win-back campaign to try get them to come back. Or we might want to put them through to a customer service desk, leverage something like Gorgeous or Zendesk, sending them through on that flow and understanding more as a business intelligence tool why they're dissatisfied and how we can alter their customers' satisfaction in the future. So that's our first takeaway. The second takeaway is all about staying on brand. Throughout the touch points that all of your apps have with the customer, you want to have a continuity of your brand. Not only is that good for promoting brand advocacy, but it also helps with that building trust. You know, if they're consistently seeing the same type form, the same color scheme, your logo in all of the apps that you use, they're going to build up that continuity, and they're going to trust you and trust that this is a connection from the business. Whenever you're looking at implementing an app, always make sure that you can customize the touch points you have. At reviews.io, we don't really care about our reviews.io branding. We want this to look and feel like it's coming from you. So in the review collection and in our published widgets, you're always going to see that continuous brand reputation. So that's our second takeaway. And again, this is around the review collection process and how we're creating that customer experience with the touch points with the brand. So our third point is about the channels that we choose to use. With review collection and using a reputation management software that connects to lots of different open reputation review platforms, or helps to impact site and search. You're seeing reviews in Google, or seeing them on your email marketing, or seeing them in your social proof. We've got to understand and plan out the customer journey of where and how those channels are going to be important. If you're, say, for instance, an intimate lingerie brand, showcasing UGC and reviews on LinkedIn or a professional service isn't going to be the right platform for you. Obviously, we set out with a customer journey and understanding those channels, but chopping and changing which is beneficial. And as the channels that you're focusing on change, you want to be pushing through review sentiment, positive sentiment, and UGC into that. So again, similar to branding, we're creating that constant and consistent branding and reputation. So our fourth point, and this is where I get quite excited about the review collection process. And I talked about how it's increasingly harder to market to our customers. But zero-party data is a bit of a buzzword out there at the moment. But historically, we used to ask customers what they think and feel about the products or the services that we deliver. But what we understand now is that there's so much more opportunity to gain valuable information about those customers, whether that be information about their gender, their age range, their buying profile, how the size fits, what size they are. That's really important. We want to collect that data. We want to leverage that in a CDP or an email and SMS marketing tool in the future. But we want to use it for a variety of different reasons. So I'm just going to show you a couple of simple reasons here. So this is a Shopify Plus customer that we work with in the region. Amazing brands. They've got great customer satisfaction. You can see here at the top, they showcase their user-generated content, what they've collected from their customers. But what we're really excited about this on-site widget is on the bottom left here in this well-created yellow box that I've managed to whip up on Paint. What is your main skin concern? Pigmentation, the gender, and the age. The reason why that is so impactful, if I'm self-assimilated or I have a connection with that review, that's going to have a much bigger impact on me rather than if I see something that from a customer that's nowhere near the same type of customer as I am. This can be beneficial if you're a marketplace that sells to different type of customers. Maybe you sell wholesale, maybe you sell D2C, and you want to be able to assimilate more with that. We spend so much time getting people onto our product pages, investing into Google Ads, investing into our marketing. We want to do everything we can to help them convert and become either a new customer or an existing customer that loves our product. So that's fantastic from a conversion perspective. The second way in which we can leverage data collected in reviews is pushing that data into email and SMS. So Klaviyo is a fantastic example. Shout out to Rob Gibson. I'm sure he's on the Expo stand today. But we share a customer, and this is from a shared customer case study with MapCC, a sustainable cycling brand in the region. They're a global powerhouse now. But this is a case study we did with Matt White. So what we've been able to achieve with our new post-purchase flows implemented through the Klaviyo platform has been fantastic. And clearly Reviews.io is part of that process. For us, it's about having an integrated solution where all the cogs in that solution work harmlessly together. If any of them are out of sync, it really does bring the whole process down. So what we're able to do is we're able to take that zero-party data and those event triggers, and we're able to send customers on different paths. You know, how we speak to each different customer type is very different, and we want to personalize those campaigns based on the information we have. A good example, going back to this slide, is if Vidaglow are about to launch the next big thing in pigmentation help, we want to be able to segment those customers. We want to be able to showcase our latest product launch, and we can obviously have a bigger cut through, more open rate, less unsubscribes. It's a win-win for both ourselves as Reviews.io, but also for the other apps that we work with in the ecosystem. Last but not least, so social proof. User-generated content is brilliant because it shows authenticity. Not all reviews are equal. We receive text reviews, photo reviews, and video reviews in lots of different formats and lots of different ways, and they all have an individual style to them. And now, whilst that's fantastic to build authenticity with our customers and build that trust, we also still want to go back to that branding piece. We want to have a constant and continuity in the marketing we're doing. So having something like a social proof editor where you can quickly take those reviews or UGC and put them into something that's a bit more professionally made, and then putting that out through either your Google Ads campaigns, putting it out through your social channels, will be able to have the best of both worlds. We're marrying the two together. And this is a little bit of a bonus one. We recently launched a loyalty and engagement app. It's something that's been 12 months in the pipeline. Loyalty and reviews and UGC really go hand in hand. And by launching this, we're hoping to obviously leverage the data we collect from our loyalty platform to, again, create more segmented campaigns, gaining more data, and sending our customers on a more personalized experience. I think that's it for me. I'm going to be on the stand with Kian Vale, our growth director. So if anyone wants to learn more about about our solution or about some of the topics I discovered, I'm more than happy to have a chat. But Raven, once again, thank you so much for having us. You and Overdose have done an absolute brilliant job. I understand we might have a few questions. I don't know how I'm doing for timing. My timer decided to. How are we doing?
You're doing well. So if we jump into the questions now, I've got a few sitting here, such as, how do you track the performance of UGC?
How do we track the performance of UGC? So reviews.io has an analytics platform called Full Picture. I definitely say 24 months ago, 18 months ago, our analytics or trying to prove the power of the review sentiment we're showing and the UGC we're showing, we weren't the best at. We weren't best at showing the return on investment from reviews on conversion. Since the launch of Full Picture, which is free to all reviews.io customers, you can see the impact that we've had on showcasing reviews. We can also split test that. So A/B test which reviews are working best, what UGC, what the style of the widgets are having an impact on your conversion. So anyone that wants to know more about that, Full Picture, it's free for reviews.io customers. It's a fantastic tool and fantastic resource.
What type of brands does attributes work best for?
I suppose fashion and apparel and cosmetics. I think anyone with a community, but when there's and for bigger ticket items as well, if it's a considered purchase that we're making, I think that you're always leveraging reviews and you're going to reviews to understand. But where it's a big purchase or something that impacts your health, as cosmetics may do, I think it's really important to have that extra level of building trust and making sure that not every product is the best for every person. You don't realize, and if we can save a customer from making the wrong decision, that's going to help to improve their loyalty and retention as well.
Amazing. Are there any local brands that are using that zero-party data as well and actually doing it really well?
Yeah, I touched on Matt, but there's a few brands like Mr. Simple's a brand that we work with. They're a Shopify brand, and what they do really well is that they marry, and this is more so for the conversion element, they marry the attribute information that we collect with some additional questions. So if you think that you're about to purchase a product, you're a medium and you're a certain size, when they leave information about their sizing, they're also giving information about how it fits and what it feels like. So you're marrying additional questions and attributes, and any brand that does that really well is doing a fantastic thing. So shout out to Mr. Simple and the team there.
Awesome. We'll wrap up with this last question here. When is the loyalty app available? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, so we're currently taking beta testers. If you've not historically had a loyalty app, that's what we're looking to test at the moment. Plans and growth for the app are obviously much further afield than that. But if anyone's interested in beta testing in the region, let me know and I can help sort you out.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much, James, for being a part of our summit. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, James.
Thank you so much, Raven. You have a lovely day. I'll speak to you soon.
Sounds great.